Hi everybody, I'm Anushka Sundaram, your computer teacher, and today I'm back with another video to teach you more about the operating system Windows and the way we can customize and personalize it, which simply means that we can make changes to how it looks, how it appears, and to make it more personal to us, right? So let's see what are the topics that we're going to study in this chapter. So we will study Windows 7, start menu, taskbar, and the gadgets on the desktop. So let's see one by one what each of these things stand up for. Okay, so Windows 7 is the GUI based and most popularly used operating system developed by Microsoft Corporation. And by the way, I have a question for you here which you have to answer in the comments. So who is the founder of Microsoft Corporation? Do let me know in the comments below and I will await your answers. So back to text. Windows 7 controls all the overall activities of a computer. It recognizes the input that we provide from all the input devices, and it coordinates the output that are being provided on the monitor or the instructions a printer has to be provided with to print some information, and it manages data and instruction in memory and all these information stored on storage devices such as hard disk drives, right? So Windows 7 is a very renowned operating system, I must say. However, today if we look at the today's scenario, we generally happen to use Windows 10, right? So one of the functions of Windows 7 is to start or restart the computer, and this process of starting and restarting computer is known as booting, right? So keep that definition in mind. It is quite important from exam point of view. Now we will look upon how we start a Windows 7 system. So when you turn on your computer, it automatically starts and you see a welcome screen. You may be asked to enter a password, and after a few seconds you will get a screen as shown on the right. This is known as a desktop, right? So this screen here that we see is called as a desktop, right? So what is a start menu? We will learn about that now, and taskbars and so on and so forth. So let's begin with start menu, right? It's used to access program, files and computer settings. On the left corner of the taskbar you see that the start button. So if I press the Windows button and this is my taskbar, you can see that this is the start menu, right? It has all the programs that are installed, it has all the accessories, right, and all the softwares that are installed. So it is very easy method for us to access programs, files and computer, right? Now we will see how do we add or pin an application to the start menu. So we can you can customize the start menu to quick access the program. So for example, this is my start menu, and you can see that I have selected some of the applications are being available to me on the right, which is a very quick access, right? So this is called pinning something. So if I have already pinned up calculator. If I would like to pin calendar, let's say, I would go and right click upon it and then pin to start. Now you will see that it is available to me on the right side of the start menu, and it is available for me for a quick access, right? So that's the advantage of pinning an application to the start menu. Now let's see what else we have in the start menu settings. Right, taskbar. Okay, so that's pretty much about it, that if you click on start, and if you have any application on your mind which you pretty much use all the time and you would like to pin this up for quick access, you would just go and then right click upon it and then pin to start. You can also pin to taskbar, which is this one. Let's see that in the text right here. So taskbar is a color bar at the bottom. Now you can see which one is the taskbar. It is this horizontal bar that's elevated. It's in the bottom of the desktop on the whole computer system, and it has many icons here. Let's see what are these for through the text. So taskbar icons. The left side of the taskbar has a start button, which we just saw, and the right side has a clock showing the current time. And talking about taskbar icons, so whenever you open an application, program or an app, the taskbar on the desktop displays an icon indicating that some applications are running. So if I click again on the start button, you can see that some of these icons are highlighted while others are not, right? So what is the difference between all of these? So this means that all these applications are in my system, number one. Number two, the highlighted ones are open. So for example, I'm using Microsoft Edge, right? And since I'm using it, it is pretty much highlighted. But while others, this is Google Chrome or Mozilla, I have highlighted them, I have pinned them on my taskbar for quick access, but I'm not using them, which is why they're not highlighted, right? And how do we so the taskbar icon is extremely useful when you're working with multiple windows simultaneously. So what we can do, we can press Alt and Tab together to move back and forth between applications, right? Switching between applications using taskbar. Now this feature is called multitasking. Like many of our features are many of our applications and features and programs are open simultaneously, and we can sort of switch between them back and forth, right? So it supports a feature called multitasking, which means running two or more applications at once. If you need to work with more than one opened app together, you can easily switch between the running apps by running the taskbar. At a time, you can work in one active app only. So right now I'm in the Microsoft Edge browser, and this is my active applications, but there are other things that are being open in my system. For example, I have a folder open here, I have another application open, and so on and so forth. So you can have Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Paint and whatnot. In so many applications can be opened simultaneously, but you will still be using one at any moment of time, right? So next we see what is the show desktop using arrow peak. In the far right corner of the taskbar, there's an arrow peak button. So what is this arrow peak button, which we also call as a show desktop button? As the name suggests, it helps us to quickly have a glance at our desktop. So if I press my start menu again, and if I go to the far right here, you can see that I have not clicked upon it, but I can still have a glance, look upon my desktop. So that is the function of arrow peak. That's it. Add open an application to the taskbar. So we saw that previously. If I am here in the start, and if I would like to pin something to the start, I can pin it from here, but if I'd like to pin it to the taskbar, I can just go and pin it to the taskbar. And now as you can see, Cortana is available on the taskbar. That's it. Then we have another feature such as adjusting the volume, clock, right? So adjusting the volume, it can be adjusted from here. So this is how I will do that. I'll just take my mouse and slide over the pointer. Then we have clock. By default, the digital clock icon appears on the right side of the taskbar, which we just saw. And if you'd like to change the date and time settings, we can do so by following these steps, by clicking upon it, by just going through the settings, and that's pretty much about it. Now we will look upon the personalization window. It is the system. So personalizing means that you're doing something to make it more personal, to give it a more personal touch, to make it more something specially for you, right? So it is used for customizing, decorating and configuring many aspects of your Windows system. So that what makes a system your system is the way that you can have it done on your system by personalizing it, which can simply mean changing its desktop, changing the way it looks and feels. So for example, this is what my system looks like, my desktop looks like this. So I have personalized it, right? I've given it a personal touch. Now how will we change the desktop background? That's one thing that we will learn to see and make it more personalized, right? So if I go to my desktop and then if I click right and then I go to the personalized settings, I'll be able to change my wallpapers from there, and this is how I will do that. And there are various other things to keep in mind when we will be asked to position a picture in a way on the desktop. So there are things available such as you can fill it. So the picture will be stretched out to completely fill up the whole desktop. Then there will be fit, stretch, tile, center, and all these features are for you to check in your settings on your desktop, right children? Now we will look about what is a screensaver. The screensaver is the moving picture that appears automatically on your computer if you do not use your computer for a period of time. To bring back your desktop again from screensaver, just move your mouse and any key or press any key on the keyboard. Now let's see how do we change a screensaver of our system. So we can go to control panel and then move to screensaver settings, or we can simply type screensaver on our start menu. Right, so once we type that, we can be opening our settings, and once it's opened, you can see that since there's no screensaver applied right now, we can just select out of these options that we are provided. So we can have 3D text, which will look something like this, or we can choose bubbles, Mistify, and all these settings, and we can select the timer. After how much time of inactivity should the screensaver appear on the desktop? So we can change that to 1 minute. That is the default. So if we can change that to 2 minutes, like if 2 minutes I do not use my computer, I do not touch the touchpad, mouse, keyboard, and all these things, and then that is when my screensaver will be activated. I can use photos, I can use gallery, ribbons, and all these features. So ribbons look like this. It's right. So if I click on preview, this is what the screensaver will look like, right? But I'll just cancel, and then I'll cancel the whole screensaver thing. And now that you've learned to apply screensavers, you can just play around in your settings. Now we will see how do we change the color scheme. So color scheme of the windows is these colors. So do you see that there's this red color in the background since we have selected this shade, right? It applies color scheme to Windows borders, taskbar, and start menu. Currently there's no color scheme as such added to it. It simply looks black with a blue foreground color, right? Highlighted color. So what do we do to change this color scheme? We will go to the personalization window, which I showed to you previously how to open that, and then we can simply change the colors in our Windows settings, right? So if a computer has a lower end graphic card or lower graphic memory, Windows 7 is unable to use the effects that is shown above, such as this. There's you can see that there's transparency and this color intensity effect, right? But we won't be able to use that in a lower graphic computer. So what our Windows does is we can still personalize it, but in a different way. Click on Windows color, then Windows color and appearance dialog box appears, and then once we select all these settings and colors, we will be able to change and customize our dialog box's background color. Right, now applying themes. So instead of setting the desktop background, screensaver, and color scheme individually, you can also change all of these at once by applying a theme. So these themes are provided by the Windows by default, and it includes its own set of desktop icons. So for example, here there's this landscape, nature, all these themes inspired theme. So all these nature inspired themes which you can select by just clicking them, and then you will see that the wallpapers will be changing automatically. Have you seen a widget on your Android phones, for example, a clock widget, a calculator widget? It simply adds a small application on your desktop, on your main screen, which you can use and perform your specific functions on just a click, right? So there are some gadgets which are typically widgets that are provided to us in our Windows, which are something like this. So for example, calendar, clock, CPU meter, currency. So all these features can be added and removed from our desktop as a shortcut, and then we can also simply remove them by just clicking on them, and then we will be able to remove the gadget from this gadget control buttons, right? So with that, we have completely understood about Windows 7 and all the nuances to it, whether it is about the start menu or the taskbar, or personalizing it using the wallpapers, the themes, and then the interesting features such as gadget, which is a small program, right children? So with that, we are done with this Windows 7 chapter. I hope to see you soon in another video just like this. Till then, do study children, and don't forget to practice what you read.